Let's now take a look at God of War on the Steam Deck. We are playing it on the Steam Deck's native 1280 by 800 resolution, even though we're pumping the data out to an external video capture card, which might be upscaling up to 1280, but the actual resolution is being sent as 1280 by 800. You can also notice that it was also on FSR 2.0, but for the most part I try not to mess too much with the actual default settings that are actually sent by Steam, because I just want to see if the game actually plays. The whole purpose of my channel is, does the game play, does the game feel good? And I think feel good is the key component here, because you might actually be looking right now and see that Steam Deck's resolution deep all the way to 30 frames per second, and you might say, no way, I will never play God of War with 30 frames per second. My PlayStation 5 actually will be a steady 60 frames per second at 4K, and I feel you. I know what you mean, and it's all subjective. Are you willing to take that? And if you're not, then Steam Deck might not be, or at least not for this particular game. But here's the key component: does the game feel good? It does. It actually does. And I think it's more because it's a 7-inch screen that actually is not. It's how responsive it is. It is extremely responsive. You might be claiming, well, if it's responsive, how come you're so terrible at it? And that's partly because of me, and partly because how I actually am recording all my videos. I actually have my Steam Deck docked, which makes it the handling of the Steam Deck itself is a little bit complicated to actually record the videos. So my hands are in a very weird position that I'm actually missing half of my blocks. But for the most part, if actually I was just playing it without having it docked, he will barely be able to hit me, because I'll be able to block everything and be able to kick his booty a lot quicker. But going back to how it plays great. The actual response time is very good, even though, yes, you'll see right now that it went down to 31 frames per second, but you don't feel it. And that's the whole point of it. So, will I actually recommend playing God of War on the Steam Deck? Heck yeah, and it plays great. This I think is 1 hour into the game, and it's kind of an easy fight, but still, I loved it. And having those that small device in my hands and being able to play this type of games, believe me, it's a game changer. I just wish it was your batteries will give you a little bit more, because I think with God of War, I think I just got like an hour 30 minutes or something like that with the battery. But besides that, I got no complaints. It plays beautiful, and even looks beautiful at 7 inches. So if you want to be fair, reduce this screen to a 7-inch screen, and then you will know exactly how it's going to look. And think about having that and handling it in your hands, and it will just be amazing. So let me just let you finish looking at the game and the cinematics themselves, and then you'll see exactly what you're going to get.
I'd hope that you, of everyone I'd faced, would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
Was he? He knew me. Did he know my past? How did they find me after all this time? Faye, what do I do? Our son is not ready to carry your ashes to the top of the mountain. And neither am I. I do not know how to do this without you. cannot stay here.
Boy.
There was so much. I thought. You're all right.
I am all right. Come. Gather your things. We are leaving.
Thought I wasn't ready.
You are not. We have no choice now. Prove me wrong.
Yes, sir. The mountain. It's gonna be a long trip.
Yes, but an important one.
Whoa.